Our first caller is Nicholas from New Jersey.
Nicholas, what's happening?
What's going on, man?
How can I help you?
How are you guys?
Good.
How are you guys? Great to speak with you. Basically, what I mentioned in the email is I'm 48, about 5'11", 240. Diet's not the greatest, but I do work out a lot. I do jiu-jitsu twice a week. I just earned my black belt a few months ago.
Nice.
And when I'm not in the gym, not in the gym, I'm probably working out 3 days a week. As far as programming is concerned, I don't have any. I pretty much cherry pick workouts to challenge myself. It'd be I'll go run 2 miles. I'll go to the park and do body weight, pull-ups, dips, all that stuff. I'll do some strongman stuff, and I'll even go into the gym and do some barbell and dumbbell work. But I guess the reason why I'm calling or wanted to call is I guess I'm sort of chasing numbers, I guess you could say, and I'm almost going to be 50, and my deadlift right now is around the low 400s. Between like 415 and 435, and I was just wondering of any advice, if any, if it's possible to hit 500 or 505 before I'm 50 or by the time I'm 50. So I guess it's like a goal I set of mine.
Yeah, well, if you're getting a low 400s with a crappy workout like that,
you got sure there's potential.
You're not following any programming at all. I mean, it's not.
I've tried in terms of deadlifting. I've done 531. Jim Wendler's 531. I've done. I think what was the name? Ed Cohn's for deadlift workout. It just seems like I'm plateauing.
Yeah, well, were you doing those while training jiu-jitsu?
Oh yeah.
Yes. So that's what I mean. So when you follow programming like Ed Cohn, for example, is one of the. By the way, people don't know who he is. He's one of the greatest powerlifters of all time. It's meant to be followed by itself. You're not meant to add any other high intensity style training or whatever. And I don't need to tell you this. You've been training jiu-jitsu for a while, but it's not like going for a walk. So it's definitely going to take away from or overwhelm your body's ability to adapt when you combine it with a program designed to be run alone. Okay, so what you need, So what you need to do is follow programming that would be okay to follow while doing your jiu-jitsu and some of your running.
MAPS anabolic once a week or twice a week max?
Yeah, or even MAPS 15 would be perfectly fine. I think MAPS 15 and follow the barbell version, I think would be perfect with what you're doing. Basically, it looks like this, about 20 minutes a day, most days of strength training. So you're going in the gym, you're doing about 2 exercises and that's it. But in combination with your jiu-jitsu, I think it's the perfect combination. And I think you're not going to have to worry about pushing your deadlift. I think you're just going to get stronger by following appropriate programming like that.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate the advice, guys. So you're saying MAPS anabolic 15? No.
It's called MAPS 15.
We'll send it to you.
We'll send it to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was confused. The MAPS 15. I apologize. I was mixing the two up.
Yeah, no worries. So it's MAPS 15. Do the advanced version and continue doing your jiu-jitsu. And don't do any more. So this is going to be your challenge. Your challenge is to not try to do more. Because what you're probably
That's
doing
what's
now,
getting in the way.
Yeah, what's getting in the way now is you're kind of training what you can tolerate, but you're not training what is optimal. Optimal is less than what you can tolerate, right? So I think that you'll see your strength will start to go up. If your strength's going up, you're doing the right amount, and just follow it as it's laid out.
Obviously, you could devote all your time towards more powerlifting, and that would move the needle quite substantially. But you're passionate about jiu-jitsu and, you got your black belt. So this is the one way we could sort of try to weave those goals in there while you're also doing your thing.
I really think it's easy. I think it's the answer is easier than you think. I think that you're going to get your 500 pounds. I feel pretty confident in that. Simply just having something laid out for you that is appropriate to what you're currently doing. And either MAPS 15 or MAPS anabolic 1 day a week is what I would have recommended. Either one of those, I think, is the answer. And to Sal's point, the greatest challenge for you is going to be, I can do more, so should I do more? Like you're going to have that. You're only basically in MAPS 15, you're doing 2 exercises a day. That's it. Like you're in and out of there in 20. Yeah, 2 exercises. You just do 2 exercises a day, and it should only take you about 15, 20 minutes, and you're done. And you're going to have this feeling of, I could do another set or I could do another exercise. And so should I? No, you should not. Like the amount of jiu-jitsu you're already doing is enough with that any more than that, and it's only going to hinder your progress.
You'll see yourself, and you'll see yourself get stronger. You'll see within the first couple of weeks, you'll see your strength go up, and that's how you'll know, like, okay, this is working.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate the advice, guys, and thanks for taking my call.
You got it, man.
You're one of the few podcasts I listen to. So.
Beautiful. By the way, are you training? I know you're in Jersey and you're doing jiu-jitsu out there. Are you training at Matt Serra's gym or any of those out there? I think he's out there, right?
No. It's a smaller gym located in Central Jersey, smaller gym.
All right, well, good for you.
Yeah, it's I grew up a football and a wrestler, so this is I guess there's always a joke. Brazilian jiu-jitsu is it's a place where old wrestlers go to die, I guess. That's the joke sometimes.
Well, I don't know, man. 240-pound black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. I don't think you're dying. You're not dying anytime soon.
That's pretty hard, dude. I don't want to wrestle with you.
It's tough keeping up with the young guys, but they keep me young, so that's the most important thing.
That's awesome.
Well, good for you, man.
Yeah,
right on, dude.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, keep us posted. I'd like to hear how your results go, man.
Absolutely, will do, guys. Thank you for taking the call.
All right, Nick.
Yep. Now for people listening,
imagine getting that gorilla getting your hands on you. Fucking 240 pounds, black belt, jiu-jitsu, football, and wrestling background.
My first coach was like that. My first coach, Garth Taylor, he was one of the first Americans to get a gold medal in some international. What tournament was it? Anyways, it was one of the larger tournaments in jiu-jitsu. And when you get a guy who's good enough to be one of the best in the world, and also is 240 pounds,
right,
bro. Oh my God, it's so
you get
frustrating.
Size on top of that.
It feels like when you were 5 wrestling.
Size and skill, dude.
Yeah, and I saw some top level MMA guys come in and train with him, and they were just doing jiu-jitsu. Obviously, he was an MMA guy. But the whole time you would hear the MMA guy go, the whole time, and we would crack up. It's just brutal. But for people listening right now, if somebody called me and said, here, and they were almost 50, and they said, I want my deadlift is in the low 400s, and I want to get a 500-pound deadlift. Typically, my question back would be why? Mm-hmm. What are you going to get at? Are you going to compete? If you're not going to compete, the juice,
what's the point?
It's not worth the squeeze. You're not going to get much out of that, but the risk factor is so high. Now, the reason why my answer to him was different was because he's just farting around working out, and he's already got a low 400. Yeah, he's got a low 400 deadlift. 500 pounds for him is easy. It's going to happen with some programming. Yeah. But if he was like following good programming and very dedicated, and that was it, and he didn't do any other things, and then he says, okay, I want to get 500. I'd say, well, why? What? I don't think you're going to get much out of it. For this guy, it's like, here, let's just put you on some planned workouts that are appropriate, and you're going to hit 500 without even thinking about it.
Although I do think that's a fair conversation still to have.
Sure.
Right? Like, I think it's a good point that you make that anyways, because I agree. I think he's going to see it shoot up. But let's say he was a client and you were training him and you adjusted programming and he went from low 400s to all of a sudden 450, 475, and then we kind of plateaus and he's really stretching for that 500. I'm having that conversation, right? I'm like, dude, you're strong as hell. We made great progress by just adjusting some things. Yeah, we could keep pushing it, but
you're not going to see a lot from adding 30 pounds to your deadlift, except a much higher
going to feel once you get it.
Right. And to your point, like Justin made, is that, hey, if that's all you care about, well, then let's scale back on the jiu-jitsu and only do jiu-jitsu once a week, and then let's go all in on this weight training thing, and then I'll show you a 500-pound deadlift, right? No problem. So you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, so there's definitely that you always want to consider the risk versus reward.